Last time on Lawful Stupid.
So we went to a new town with a name, and we went to the Scarlet Fox, which is the Red Roof Inn there. And then we got shots.
Everybody!
And then pretty much after that, we just did drinking songs, and we met people, new NPCs, but not the one that Dwayne worked really hard on and wanted us to talk to. We ignored that guy completely. And
as per usual, Dwayne puts work into something, and we're like, hey, you see this chair? Let's go see what that's about.
Look at the upholstery on this.
And that's pretty much it, I'm pretty sure.
Well, except for the bombshell ending.
I don't remember that.
Where Rowan told Kristoff that he has to murder his brother as per a pact with the god.
Dun dun.
Okay, and then before I could respond, we ended the episode. Okay, I'm ready. Call my stage. Call me.
Yeah. So stage left is Kristoff in the wings. No. So you have this tavern. There's drinking songs. Like you're all kind of singing those. Well, you were. But the rest of the bar now is kind of like doing that, like singing and drinking, and it's more lively than it was than when you entered. And I'm not sure what like Atlas is doing while these conversations were going down. We can probably like come back to that. But in general, it's you two kind of near the hearth of the place.
I think he was kicking it with Tyndall and Turinga, but point of order, are they now singing the Silencian drinking songs that I was singing? Are they singing different things?
No, they've moved on, 100%.
Yeah.
And I think at first like they were following along with you until they realized that nobody knew the words. It was more like, and like,
it's mein Hut der hat Dreiecken. Dreiecken hat mein Hut. Und hat nicht Dreiecken, der das ist nicht mein Hut.
No, it's just like that.
It means my hat has 3 sides. 3 sides has my hat. If that hat doesn't have 3 sides, it's not my hat. It's an old infernal drinking song from Silence. You know that.
Oh, yeah.
So yeah, you and Rowan like exchange a conversation after the Asmer bounces out, and that's when Rowan drops the news that he's got to murder your brother.
You have to murder Palace?
Well, I don't have to. I did make a deal with Wynn, and he wants me to do that. I'm undecided, to be honest.
Why would Wynn want Palace dead?
Probably something really stupid for his own amusement. Why does he keep sending us back in time to do menial tasks? I don't know. He's mysterious in his ways.
Are you going to do it?
I don't know. I don't see any reason to do it. Unless there is a reason to do it. We'll see how that plays out. We'll cross the bridge when we get there, right?
The murder of your brother will play by ear.
I also have to kill Edith, and we're all on board for that, so we just do that first.
Yeah, we'll do that. I don't know. Palace is a bastard. But I don't know if he deserves to die.
Oh, I thought you fucking hated him, so I thought it'd be just like a sweet deal all around.
I do hate him. It's just...
Murder hate him?
I don't. It used to be, when I hated Palace, last time we spoke about this, 2 years ago, silence was everything to me, and my throne, and my father's legacy, and I've just got more stuff going on now, and I don't feel like any of that was ever that important.
Are you saying that you've grown as a person since then?
I'm saying I'm like a dynamic, multi-layered character that, through time and events, evolves and has new shifting priorities that are really engaging and interesting to, I don't know, hear in some sort of story fashion.
Well, if that's the case, then we'll just not kill your brother. What's the first? What's Wynn gonna do? Fucking send me back in time to kill myself? Fuck it.
When you come to that resolution, you both notice and feel that like the vines and the like leaves and like tree bark and stuff on your fingertips like grow a little bit and start spreading down your hand. Just not very far, not even close to the knuckle. Just you like witness and feel that growth.
You're Pinocchio now.
Except instead of
In that
lies,
direction.
it's
Who
don't
knows? Acting against Wynn's will.
huh.
Everyone has a choice.
Yep. Fuck it.
Okay.
Turn me into a fucking tree, Wynn, and I'll play the lute now. I'm just joking.
Okay.
I'll save that for later.
Wen says, okay. He's a fucking tree. Did you guys see a tree just show up in the bar?
Oh, sweet. And then they have to fucking pop me and fucking drag me around to continue the story.
Yeah. Yeah, you just be a tree and like
I'm
a red,
in love with
a
that.
red
Do
rider.
it. Do it now.
Like, full
in the middle
soil.
of a bar.
Yeah, it'd be great. So, while you guys are doing that, Alice, what are you doing for like the 30 minutes and change or whatever that they're resolving plot points?
I'm definitely hanging out with Captain Tyndall and trying to figure out that last bit, like what he remembers. I know he said he remembered a lot, but how he managed to survive. Was it a shipwreck? He said they were attacked? Like, what was going on there?
He just to recap up, he had told you that he did not remember much, that he just remembers waking up on the shores of Whisperwool and seeing the drunken sun in the distance.
So are you just going to stay here now? I mean, you didn't intend to come here, right? You were just bringing me in. So now that you're here, you've got no ship, but are you trying to get out? Are you going to stay and play and go to war with us?
No, war isn't exactly my thing, Atlas.
Oh, I disagree.
But,
you remember that
well-
time you swept in and helped Oxbane so handily?
Yeah, but that was possibly self-preservation more than anything. If no ships left Oxbane, not a lot of stuff to pillage, as it were. Now I don't exactly have a boat at all, and that's a problem. That's Captain's problem number one. Right now, I'm captain of nothing. That's an issue.
Well, I don't take you to be a man who just shies away from a fight either. And it seems like right now you're right in the middle of it. Whether you want to be or not.
You have certainly drugged me into this. That is for sure. But I'm not exactly a land guy, and this seems very much like a fight on land the whole time. So that's an issue for me. 100%. But I don't know. I like Holbeck. It seems nice right now. Maybe I'll see if Svan is willing to trade a ship for my abilities.
Well, there has to be some resolution that we come to. Who wins? That's to be determined, but I'm pretty sure that Silence has some sort of naval fleet of some sort. And maybe if we are the quote-unquote winning side, hopefully there's not a lot of bloodshed, you become captain of that naval fleet.
And you see him like kind of stroke his beard, and he goes, they might have a naval fleet, and I could definitely use that.
I'm just saying, dream big.
Well, I certainly have a dream. I don't have a ship, and there's ships there. But there's also ships back at the coast.
More like dinghies. You don't want a dinghy.
No, there's ships. How did Svan and them get here?
Yeah, I guess your ship is there too, huh?
Well, no, that one sunk. I could steal
Exactly.
a different one, though.
I'm just saying, I think you could be a valuable team player for us.
Well, I appreciate that. Those are beautiful words coming from you. I mean, those are really beautiful words. I'm surprised. But I don't know that this is my fight. at all. That seems more like an Avia thing to have a cause.
Taringa, what do you think?
About him helping?
I mean, yeah, can't we use... he's got probably more knowledge than anybody does at sea. It's got to be of some kind of value.
And Trinket kind of looks between you and the captain and says, I'm going to be honest, Alice. There isn't necessarily a whole lot of need for ships in this fight. I mean, it's always possible. Now, on the other hand, Captain Tyndall, you are the bigger, beefier version of Kristoff, and I like everything about that.
And I would like to hit mugs to that.
Yeah, you super do a cheers to that.
And I want to look over at Kristoff, like we kind of we are jesting because we love him.
Confirmed.
I feel like what you see is my hand around the back of Rowan's neck, and we're like really close to each other and like almost whispering like conspiratorially, like we're just going back and forth in like very close, intimate moment that Alice is not a part of because fuck you.
Ouch. So Tringa says, you were a great asset to Oxbane, even on the field, Captain Tyndall. And he's kind of like gruffles it off, like not super interested in the whole conversation. He says, "Well, maybe if you need some fighting on the sea and can provide me with a ship to steer and commandeer, use, then maybe we can work something out."
Yeah, you know what? Let's just be done with all this talk and fight. There'll be plenty of fighting to come about. Let's just have a drink to another day of being alive. It may be our last.
Hopefully not, but
it might be.
Cheers to that.
But cheers.
But it very well could be our last.
Very well could be, yeah.
And then I try to pitch him school benefits and the opportunity to move around the United States if he'll just join the Army. There we go.
Done. This episode brought to you by the United States Army Recruiting
By Go
Committee.
Army. Yeah. Go Army Beat Navy has sponsored this whole episode.
Use the hashtag to get nothing.
Well, I mean, I'm sure there's some type of giveaway there. You could get a free trip around the world.
Oof. Not to anywhere you want to go.
Hashtag Roomas.
Hashtag Roomba. This episode is brought to you by Roomba. iRobot. Not that thing that you think is scary. Instead, tiny robot Alfred's, the butler from Batman.
Cool. So you guys I assume wrap it up, turn in for the night, and move on to your next day now?
I knew it. Go ahead. This is lovely, though.
I just, real quick, because I'm Kristoff and I can't leave any stone unturned. Excuse me there. Sir, with the armor and the weapons.
And so you motion to this guy who's got a blonde pompadour cut, and he looks nicer than most people here.
Was it blonde? Because I wrote down blue.
It's definitely not blue.
Dang it!
I like it better blue.
It's blue.
I like anime ass pompadour.
No, it's blonde. Confirmed.
Okay. Cool.
I was like, I don't know. Maybe it's not blonde. And you said blue. I was like, oh, it's not that. I know it's not that way.
They both start with B. Go ahead. Maybe he has blonde hair, blue eyes. Maybe he's very Aryan.
Maybe blue hair, blonde eyes. Make it so.
I love your beautiful blonde eyes.
So many options. Right. So, yeah, you call out to him, and he's like telling a story at a table. There's 6, 7, 8 people around his table, and he's telling a story. When you shout out to that, and he confirms with you. He's like, "Oh yes, welcome. What's your name?"
I am Kristoff, a Pleasure to meet you.
Well, it's nice meeting you, Kristoff. What brings you to Holbeck?
I'm on a diplomatic mission of great import that I can't disclose the details of.
Well, now I want to know especially.
That's the trick of it. I guess you'll have to buy me a drink.
Barkeep, send the tiefling a drink. And, of course, the barkeep super does. And brings you, like, another round of mulled wine.
Fantastic.
And he's like, he acknowledges you and then, like, continues telling his story that he was, like, in the middle of. And, like, after a few minutes of that, like, he finishes, he, like, wraps up his story, and then, like...
How does the story end?
So he's talking about, like, this adventure he had went on, and, like, this monster he had slain. And you feel like you might have, like, heard, like, this story, or a version of this story before. But you're not really sure on the details. Because he wasn't super specific as he, like, wrapped it up. And he was essentially something like this. And I was surrounded on all sides. But don't worry, no fear. I dispatched of those translucent things in the woods. Of course. Nothing to worry about here. And, like, everybody there was, like, way too interested in that story based on, like, what you heard. Because you especially only hear the end. You're like... You guys seem a little enthralled for what's like a basic story. I mean, I gotta close the fucking door to the other world. But yeah. He killed some monsters in the woods. I feel you. And so he like walks over to Kristoff and Rowan and says, You aren't from around here then. Diplomatic mission? And you? What is your name?
He's Kristoff.
Yes? No, you with the hat. The good-looking one.
Oh, Rowan.
He look like sees you get offended. He's got a beautiful hat.
Suppose. Just think that's a weird qualifier to use.
It's hard to be mad at a man with a great hat. Stands out in a crowd.
Yeah, come on, don't kink shame him. He likes hats.
I'm not mad, it's just if he likes hats, it's fine. I have hats.
What brings you to Holbeck? What brings you to Whisperwood? This is a small little town of all things. Why travel here?
I have to.
Okay.
I'm from here originally. Well, not here, but nearby.
So trip home then. What brings you home, friend?
A secret diplomatic mission.
Oh,
He gets homesick.
that explains why he's trying to keep it like such a secret.
He sometimes has a little bit of an icy demeanor, but he's quite nice.
Was that a motherfucking pun?
Yes.
Wow. Be careful. These parts are not the safest with everything going on.
Oh, what's going on? We're fresh off the road. We don't know anything about that.
Yeah, what
Well,
happened?
there's a force forming to our east, and from what I can tell and from what I've heard, silence has a great deal to do with it. Not that that's surprising in any way, shape, or form, but all the same, they are not
Why aren't you surprised by that?
that the Kingdom of Silence is involved in nefarious activities, combat, war? Yeah, no, they have a history of that.
I mean, Silence hasn't been involved in any sort of large-scale military conflict since the great repelling of the Kobold forces years ago.
Right, but you don't have to be involved in big conflicts to still not to be dangerous or aggressive. As some of the kingdoms go, and especially in Whisperwool, it's known that you don't want to cross the Kingdom of Silence. I mean, their history is tenuous as is, and how they even began. I thought you were from here. Wouldn't you know these stories? Like the Legend of Silence?
I mean, those were years ago. I mean, that's what when the Kings of Silence still took demon names. Since the reign of the great, God rest his soul, Altreon Shindo, they have been a peaceful and prosperous race of diplomatic, always do wells.
Yeah, maybe you're not from around here, or maybe somebody just told you different stories. Silence is not someone you openly contest. It's a fine kingdom, don't get me wrong, great for visitors, but if you encroach on their territory, if you speak out too loudly, I mean, it should say something that Silence, the Kingdom of Silence, is the only power on this side of Whisperwood. This continent, this portion of mass on Whisperwood. No one else has, but even Holbeck, a small region and scattering of towns around. I frankly believe the only reason they're still here is because of the mountains, is because of the Ridge Scar Peaks.
Well, and because, well, you may not know this. I don't know if you're from around here, but of course, Fair and Stonebreaker and the royal family, what are they called? Shindo. The Fair and Stonebreaker and the Shindo family have been friends for generations.
All the same. And maybe that is what saved Holbeck. But I stand to reason that if those mountains and the Stonebreakers in the mountains weren't there, Holbeck would just be another notch under the belt of Silence.
Well, I guess there's no point trying to debate something that never happened, huh?
You seem like you're an expert on the subject of silence, sir. What did you say your last name was?
I don't have one. I'm a bastard.
I'm pretty sure bastards still get last names.
Nope.
Guess I don't know as much about the Kingdom of Silence as I thought, because...
My mother died when I was young. And so I never knew what her last name was, whatever her second family name was. And then my father, of course, wasn't there. I'm a bastard. And so luckily, and yes, you've caught my tender heart, it was King Altreon Shindo took me into his court as a page, as a young man, which is why I have such affection for them and such knowledge of these facts.
Go ahead and roll a deception check, my dude.
You got it, buddy. You got it, my dude. That is a 16.
Oh, okay. So he looks at you and says, well, that's an interesting story I'd like to hear. But alas, I have important work to do, and the night is growing thin, and tomorrow I must be off to the Rich Scar Peaks, and frankly, I'm gonna need some rest. And he stretches.
Yeah. You've told us nothing of yourself. What business do you have in the Rich Scar Peaks? What's your name? You haven't even told us that.
A name. I don't know that a name could do me justice. But I will do my best. I am Graylin the Great. The guardian of Gendor, the savior of Ankh, the master of savagery, the champion of chivalry. The arcane ones know me only as the Grey. The tree can call me maybe. It's a long story. Pirate, killer, adventurer, nobleman, lover, and legend are but a few of the names I'm known to go by. The Animatech call me by my most cherished title of all, friend.
So like Stephen, or...
You could do Graylin the Great.
Graylin. And what business do you have in the Rich Scar Peaks?
Sounds like his Business is tooting his own horn.
Oh, he's a bard.
Sounds like it.
In the Ridge Scar Peaks, I'm going to meet with the Stonebreakers. I have business with them, and after that, I have business with Silence.
Interesting. It seems our paths are aligned. Like you said, it's dangerous and treacherous roads out there. Would you perhaps like to journey together, strengthen numbers? And I've heard your stories. Maybe we'd be safer traveling with someone who's as accomplished Wraith Slayer as yourself.
And he says, "You're welcome to travel with me. I'm always happy to have new friends and hear new stories." No qualm with that.
I look to Rowan when he says hear new stories.
I think we might be friends.
And he says, "Well, I was planning to leave in the morning. It's not... I will be getting a mount in the morning. I don't want to make that trek on foot. But as long as you guys have mounts or some form of travel."
Oh, we have some form of travel.
We have lots of forms of travel.
Well, excellent. I just would hate to be the only one riding on a Hekre. That would be terrible.
I'm sorry.
On a what?
A Hekre?
What? In common,
You would be familiar with this, Kristoff. It's like it's a horse, but it's got like leathery skin. And instead of it having like a weird fluffy tail, the tail's like a thick piece of muscle, essentially, that is like known for being able to decapitate people. And like they have like bone appendages out of where their hooves would be. And overall, they look very similar to the horse. They're just more
metal as fuck.
Creepy looking.
They're thestrals from Harry Potter. I got you.
No, not really. That's like a good way to describe it, but it's not the same.
Yeah. They're like thestrals from Harry Potter mixed with that kid with the tail from My Hero Academia.
No, I've never watched that show. I hear it's good.
Boku no Academia fans out there, you got me, homies.
Is it like a horse with a raptor tail, but then also raptor claws if those claws were hooves?
I mean, you probably just Google it.
Mix with like
yeah, you could probably just Google it because it's definitely not a custom thing. It's more reptilian in nature, and it's got
so
like
it's a
small, solid horns that come out of the hoofs that it uses for grip and protection. So yeah, I mean they're very similar, except for they kind of look more like reptiles, like almost like draconian in nature. So he says, I would hate to be the only one riding and you two walking alongside me. I don't know that I would hate that because I would be riding, but all the
Not
same.
a Hekare. That would be weird. But because if we just had the same mount, but we'll be riding just the same.
What are you guys riding?
A giant fucking reindeer.
Oh, that's interesting.
It was a gift from a friend.
Oh, sounds like a great friend.
Yeah.
Oh, did somebody say great friend? What are you boys up to?
It's my boy's friend Atlas.
Oh, hi, Atlas. Are you
hello?
with Rowan and Kristoff?
Yes. We are together.
Oh, how progressive.
I suppose. Nice. I do love your hair, by the way.
Oh, thank you. Thank you. I appreciate that. I like yours too.
What's your name, sir?
Oh, my name? My name is
motherfucker.
Graylin the Great.
His name's
Guardian
Graylin.
of Gendor, Savior of
name's
Arkham,
Graylin.
Master of Savagery, Champion of Chivalry. The Arcane Ones know me only as the Grey. The Tree can call me Maybe. It's a long story. Pirate killer, adventurer, nobleman, lover,
These are
and
just a
legend
few of the names
are
that
but
I've
a
been
few
called
of the
by.
names I'm known to go by. The Atom Attack call me by my most cherished title of all, friend.
Friend.
Oh, you guys pick up that on quick.
Then I
I'm
too
proud of
will
you.
call you friend.
I've heard it
Oh.
before.
Hello, friend.
Thank you.
Nice to meet you. I'm
It's
Atlas.
Nice to meet you, Atlas. And he like
Atlas,
shakes your
guess
hand.
what he rides?
What?
Tell him what you ride.
Tell him about your steed.
Well, I mean, I'm going to go get a Heckray from the stables.
What the heck, Ray? What is... Is it like a horse, but like a horse lizard? I think I've heard of those.
Well, you're so smart. Indeed. And your friends tell me you're going to the Rich Scar Peaks, too.
I want to look over at Kristoff because I know I often open my mouth too much. And
Drinking.
Drinking.
yes, that is a destination of ours. Will you be traveling there as well?
I am, and I do have business there, and your friends asked to tag along.
We sure did,
Seems fate has brought us together.
doesn't it, though?
I
Right.
suppose so. All the same, you three are a unique group. How did you all...
Us five, actually.
We have...
I cast a mirror image. No, Tyndall, Turinga, come meet our new friend.
Yeah, they like, you see Captain Tyndall, like, kind of look up, and then, like, kind of sit back down,
Tyndall.
and Tringa walks over. Oh, hey.
What's your name?
Mm-mm. No.
This is
Tringa's-
Graylin. Graylin, this is Turinga.
It's nice to meet you. Kristoff, I hate to be a stickler, but Graylin the Great. Short, that's plenty.
We don't use honorifics amongst friends, right? And since friend is one of your honorifics,
Graylin the Great. It's important.
and I am Kristoff the Magnanimous, and we're here with Turinga the Turbulent and Atlas the
Redeemer.
Redeemer.
I just made
I
that.
am
It could be anything.
Rowan the Bard.
That's Rowan T-Bod.
I'm Atlas the Farrier.
You various things.
Oh, what kind of things? Anyways, it's nice to meet all. And why are you all headed to the Rich Scar Peaks?
I told you on a very secret diplomatic mission.
What about you, Atlas? Why are you headed there?
For a very secret diplomatic mission. And I wink at Kristoff.
I catch the wink, I put it in my pocket.
Well, this has been strange.
Good night, friend. And I leave.
Kitty rolls over and goes to sleep right there.
Right
Yes,
there.
let's invite these three people who are like, we're on a secret diplomatic mission. I trust them fully with my life.
I just don't think he cares. Like at all.
Smart man.
Well, I'm going to have a few more drinks, maybe tell a few more stories, and then I will see you all in the morning.
Okay, friend.
I got shades of creepy off that. Anybody else get shades of creepy off that?
Oh, a little bit. That's why I'm going to be drinking till morning.
I got one of those. I'd love to have you for dinner.
Yeah, that's right, piece by piece.
I'm gonna go talk to Tyndall now. I mean, I'm sorry to keep the fucking side conversation game going, but
Sure, Brianna. Alright, you go
Tyndall.
to Tyndall.
I'm going to follow. Trail back over.
Cool. Trinka follows too,
Tyndall.
because I don't want to keep up with him. Alright.
Tyndall.
Kristoff, my favorite tiefling.
My favorite Ooh, I like that. You're coming with us, right?
I don't know. Atlas was saying the same thing, and look, there's a whole lot of land here, not a whole lot of sea. That's kind of a problem.
I reach out and I put my hand on his hand. And I'm going to look him in his eyeballs. A moment of strange sobriety washes over me. Tyndall, this land is so much more than just land. We're working to save the land of silence from what could be an inevitable disaster should these forces march upon them. We can avert that. You and I. Silence. Not just the land of my father, but the land of your father. We owe it to them, to their memories, to do what we can to preserve it.
And he looks at you and goes, alright, look. If you won't do more of those kind of speeches, I'll go with you to Richgar's Peaks. At the very least.
I'll tell you what, I'll do you one better. If you come with us all the way on this, if you go all in with us, I will ensure that when all is said and done, I procure for you a Silencian dreadnought.
Come now, Kristoff. You think I want some big galleon of a ship? But I will take one of those faster ones of yours. What was it that you called those?
You're referring to a Silencian sea skimmer.
Yes, I prefer one of those. I'm not a flashy man. I'm one of the Murphys. I must be fast.
I have to warn you. I mean, I'm sure you know better than I do, but one bombardment and that thing is not going to make it. They're not sturdy ships, unfortunately.
I don't know how to tell you, Kristoff. I want that boat to get home. And then build a better boat. So faster the better.
Granted, you shall have it. If you take us all the way on the journey.
I'll do my best. Let's just hope I don't come across a ship that's way easier to procure before then.
Well, like you said, you're not in the water. It's probably going to be very difficult to find a ship on these lands.
I mean, confirmed, Atlas. Why do you have to be such a downer?
Well, so I mean, I don't know about you guys, but I think, and I don't know anything about Dwayne's World, but
Dwayne's World,
I think
party time.
Dwayne's World, party time. I think that because it's such an icy terrain, that the chips have to be adjusted to that. So when I said dreadnought, I thought like a big thing that could like push through the ice. But I think the sea skimmers have like kind of arcane focus that go around the edge of the ship, and they can like be superheated by a team of mages that'll cause it to like melt the ice as it goes through.
See, I was thinking something a little bit different, but I like our brains are the same. I was thinking that with the Arcane Torrent plus like good engineering, that they just like skim across the ice, like
it could
get
be
up
that too,
speed
yeah.
and like hop and skim because the name.
Yeah, it's a sea skimmer. Yeah.
We'll get to that canonical thing that I build later.
But there's still
I'm super into it.
Yeah, I think there's still just plenty of travel even in Silence, even though it's like land, or it's like land and ice. Like even along the ice, there's nautical travel.
Yeah, I mean, there's definitely like some fast travel in Silence. It's too big, it's too snowy to not have a better system for that. Yeah, and you have to remember Captain Tyndall also didn't live in Silence at all. He's not a tiefling.
Yeah, his parents did.
Yeah, his parents did. So he has zero knowledge of that. He just says, "Big icy mass, not a fan." There's.
I tell you what, Tyndall, name your price for your loyalty, at least temporarily.
I mean,
I have it. One moment, and I reach into my pocket and I flick the coin and I catch it and I grab Tyndall's hand. Alaria, do me a favor. Say please.
I can't! You killed me!
I'm sorry, not Alaria. Avia. A-names, dude. A-names.
Yep.
Avia, do me a favor. Say please.
And you hear her say, okay, please?
And I just look at Tyndall.
And he like shoves the coin away. Okay. Fine. You get me a boat. No, 2 boats. I want 2 boats, and I want a crew to run the other one.
You'll have them. Thank you, dear. I appreciate you. And I put the coin into my pocket.
Okay. So when do we go?
In the morning.
Oh, that sounds terrible.
I know, we're going to be very hungover.
I'm not stopping drinking now. And he just like starts turning up his
You won't be hungover.
I will experience that hangover tomorrow. I will be awake for it. Yeah, okay, cool. So we're gonna call that a night, right? Like, or do we have more side conversations we want to have?
Yeah, I actually need to go talk to that. No, I'm good.
What about everybody else?
Nah, bro, I'm good.
We're good. Okay, so you guys like get a room. What's the room situation look like for you guys? Like, you guys, everybody gets a single room. You guys want to bunk these up? Like,
I will pay for a private room, but then I will also spend all night in one room with the other boys.
Okay. So who is housing Kristoff in their room?
I think that we all just end up in the same room, regardless.
Which is Turinga's room, right? Like,
Which is Turinga's room that he paid for with his money.
Guys, I really need to sleep. Oh, we know.
Yeah. Any second, we're about to go to sleep, Turinga. Don't even worry about it. Anyway, so tell me about what were you doing this last 2 years? How was it?
And then we play the penis game where you change one word in the title of a movie to the word penis. And it keeps us up for hours.
Movies don't exist, so it's plays.
Mm-hmm.
The Taming of the Penis.
Here we go. Next episode.
That's the name of
Penis
it.
Wars.
The game. The Dark Penis Rises.
I don't know. I think that's enough of that skit, and we just move on. So yeah, you guys.
When Penis met Sally. Anyway.
So yeah, you guys spend the night at the Scarlet Fox, and when you wake up is where we'll start the next episode.
I thought you said is werewolf. Next episode.
Is werewolf.
It was me.
Okay,
Werewolf.
we wake up
Full
werewolf
moon
next episode.
Yep. So
Doesn't the
yeah.
full moon turn you into your great ape form?
Yes. I got my tail back.
It's confirmed. Yeah. That was canonical. Yeah. So thanks for listening.
Yeah,
we have Drawlicon soon. Like, it's
Yeah, it's
gonna
coming
come
up.
way sooner than anybody's prepared for.
In 6 months.
Well,
I'm
you
prepared.
say that, but like that's like we still have some planning things to do, and it's gonna like roll up before we know it.
My car's already packed.
It will catch us unaware.
I mean, you
and
say
we will not
planning
do that.
like I'm not just gonna show up and just be like, "Hey, do you guys need me?" Like, yeah, you have to do this. Like, all right, winging it.
Okay, but other people.
Yeah. No. For you, it's gonna be just the same as a podcast. You just show up and do things,
And
right?
you have,
We'll
like-
tell you like everything you're supposed to do.
You have bottles of wine taped to your hands. If you don't, I'll be disappointed. If you don't have both hands taped with...
Yeah,
If
if
you're not
at some
Edward 40
point you
hands.
don't do Edward 40 hands over
The
the
entire
weekend,
time.
we're gonna have an issue. Yeah.
Done.
I'm hanging out with you all
Done.
weekend, Alex, no matter what we're doing.
Moral support.
Yeah, just walk out. Like, every time he like puts down a drink, you hand him a drink.
Yeah, yes. Like,
Devin, I've
Thank
never
you,
seen you
Linus.
drink once this weekend. I know, but look how wasted Alex is.
Look at Alex.
I'm drinking up for the both
Hey,
of us.
you guys. You guys.
You beginning D&D players, look at me.
Look at me.
Look at
You
me.
can be this.
Look at me.
That's gonna be
Yeah.
you one day. I don't even know
Step
what
one.
spells do. I can't even tell you how many slots I have in a day. But you know what I can tell you? I got a pistol.
It's
Pretty
cool.
Alex just casts spells up to Dwayne's like, you don't have any more slots.
I just use
Yeah, well,
cantrips
okay.
to avoid that at all costs.
Until someone says, "Wait a fucking second."
Well, I mean, we don't fight enough and rest often enough, so it doesn't really matter.
I just
only
use
had one
cantrips
strap
to
for the
avoid
danger.
that at all costs.
That's true. That's why you got a pistol that runs your cantrip, right?
Yeah.
Confirmed.
Love it.
Yeah. So, Shane, like, you want to like wrap this up with the role of animality?
I'm pretty sure this episode releases in February.
February. That means it's almost Valentine's Day, so by next episode, we have to say a Valentine's Day.
Nope.
2, 3.
Episode 7 released January 27th.
I thought the last one released January 27th because this is episode 8, dude.
No, we released 5, but you also have to understand. No, he's right. This episode releases February 3rd.
Okay, which means
Confirmed.
pretty sure.
You're confused because Doodle's episode was episode 4.
Yeah,
Right.
5 released yesterday. The 20th released
Yeah, but that
at
was
6,
actually the
and
fourth
27th
one
was
of
episode
our
7.
arc. Nope. Hey, that was the fourth one of our arc. Even
This
though it was
is-
episode 5. So we're recording session 7, but it will be
Yes.
episode 8.
We're both right the way you just said that, yes. You will title it episode 7, yes or no?
This one will be titled episode 8.
It will be episode 8, confirmed. The guests are still a title, like, they're still an episode. So they still
Yeah,
take
it was-
a number.
Doodles is episode 4, and then
Yep.
1, 2, 3 were the first session, which were 1, 2, 3, and then Doodles was 4, and then
Yep.
we did 3 sessions last time, which is 5, 6, 7, and this is 8.
Yep.
Which means it's February, which means it's not a roll for animality. It
Confirmed.
is, in fact, a roll for humanity once again, and the charity for February is, I have it prepared already for the first time in D&D history,
Yeah.
the American Foundation for Suicide Prevention. Chin, chin, chin.
Yeah.
I have to say it in that dumb voice because I personally have struggled with suicidal thoughts and depression most of my adult life, and so I go depression, because I make light of my pain. So they do amazing things for suicide prevention. Namely, they are researching constantly better ways to prevent suicide. They're advocating for suicide prevention at Capitol Hill for legislators to know what to do. They're always working for mental health solutions that don't currently exist and funding them for folks that need it. And they are just provide that direct support as well to those who are dealing with suicide and depression. So we thank them for what they do, and we roll them for monies. It's a 19.
Heck yeah.
$19.
Love it. Well,
Yes,
I mean,
and
I'm glad there's people out there that are better equipped to handle that than I am.
I've also in the Army. For the last 6 years, I've worked in suicide prevention because it does plague our service members to like a really extreme degree compared to just the general populace. And it's more outside of the role for humanity and the different charity things we do. It's like the number one thing I'm proud of that I've done in my life is help people who have had a lot of the same issues that I've had. So once again, afsp.org is where you can find out about them, and you can find out how to help. Or you can just roll a d20 at your table and donate the dollars to them, and they'll take them gladly.
You can also go to the description, and a link will be there to the website as well. So, yeah. Well, I mean, what else do? We gotta play it out. So,
We love you.
Bye.
Mm, 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 mm. Yeah, you are great.